In this video, I'm going to introduce you to some of the material features in SketchUp. So I'm in my Pavilion project, and over here in this default tray, there is an item here called Materials. When you're going to see a bunch of components kind of pop up here concerning settings for materials. There is a default setting that's already applied to some of the elements that you have in the project. But if you want to see like what is currently in the model, you click on this little house down here. And as you can see, there are some standard colors. So one could pick one of these colors and apply it to a surface. So as soon as you click on it, you're going to see this little paint bucket, and you could then go and apply it. Now, I think I've got it locked. So in order for me to be able to actually apply something to a material, I would have to unlock it. So let's take a look at this as a practice. Unlock, and then I'm going to go back to that kind of pinkish material and apply it, and there it goes. It's been applied to all the surfaces within that group. Now I'm going to do Control Z because I really don't want that material applied there. I just wanted to kind of give you an example of how that works. Also, if you click on the little arrow here next to the cell that says in model, you're going to see there's a whole bunch of patterns that you could select and apply to the surfaces in the same way. So the same way you would just pick one of these squares and apply it to the surface. Now, in the assignment, there's the link to this company called Spoonflower, where people can upload images that then get printed on textiles and wallpapers and things like that. Anyway, there's just tons of options for patterns, and what you're going to be doing in this part is, saving a few of these and testing them out as possible materials. So I used a filter for geometric patterns, and these are some of the images that you're seeing right here. So I'm just going to go and look for a few of them and download them to my computer. So to download them, you're just going to sort of right click and save image as, and make sure you know where it's being saved to. Now, once you have some options, you can go back to your SketchUp file. And one thing that I'm going to do is bring in some materials using the images that I downloaded. How you do this is you're going to go browse to find that particular material. So I have them in my download folder, and I'm just going to open them here and generate a new material. You can see this material has been uploaded, and I can take it to an element and apply it to that element. There's the paint bucket, and I'm going to click on it, and you can see it has now been applied to it. Now, you may have to make some adjustments. Perhaps you apply it to the wall or the roof or the floor, and you're not happy with the way that it looks. For example, you can make a few changes to it. If I was to increase the size, let's say to 24 inches, maybe my pattern is too small. That's one option that you can explore. There's also the possibility of changing the opacity of it, but you need to be careful with that, because as you can see, I can see through it, and maybe that doesn't make any sense for this particular material. We will use some transparency settings for some of this work that we're going to be doing. So I'm going to bring this back up to 100% opacity. So I just returned it to that default material. I'll assign some other material to it shortly, but just as a reminder, if you want to apply a material to something in here, you have to make sure it's unlocked. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that same pattern to this wall instead. So I'm going back up to the top here and I'm going to scroll down to the in model portion of this. And there's that material or that pattern that I was considering. And now I'm going to apply it to the face of this wall. And you'll see that it's going to wrap the entire wall, both sides, top and bottom.